All right. Are we live? Are we live? Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome. Melanin Tuesdays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for this daytime show, Brother Red
Peace,
Pillar.
family. Peace to you and yours.
And I will be joined by a special guest very soon. All right. Peace, love, and light. All right. Peace, love, and light to everybody. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Let me know how we sound on audio and whatnot. If everything is clear in the audio, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the KT aliens in the building and whatnot. You dig? All right. You can hear us? All right, let's go. Let's do the roll call. Let's do the roll call and see who is in the building. Let's do the roll call. All right, let's get that out the way. You smell me? Grand rising to everybody. You know what I'm talking about? Grand rising to everyone on this beautiful Tuesday. You dig? All right. So we got Chicago in the building. All right. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to the Chicago family. We got Harlem in the building. Shout out to the Harlem family. We got Seminole, Florida in the building. Shout out to the Florida family. All right. We have St. Petersburg in the building. We got the BX in the building, ATL in the building. You feel me? Tuscaloosa, Alabama in the building. South Carolina in the building. The BX in the building. All right, Spartansburg in the building. Pontiac in the building. Steel City, Pittsburgh. You feel me? Hartford, Connecticut. Ohio, Oakland, California. You dig? Shout out to Oakland, California. Dallas in the building. Salute to Dallas. All right, salute to Dallas in the building. Okay. Lake Charles. Big up to Lake Charles. Big up to Bowie, Maryland. Bowie. Shout out to Bowie. Tampa in the building. Brooklyn in the house. Without a doubt. All right. Shout out to DC. Shout out to Durham. Shout out to Hollywood, Kansas City. You feel me? Connecticut. Yes, yes. Shout out to the CT Massive. The CT Massive. All right. The Dayton, Ohio. Okay. I see you, Dayton. All right. Salute to Dayton in the building. Salute to Dayton. All right. Thieveland, Ohio up in here. All right. Ohio deep, I see. Wilmington, Delaware. Shout out to the Wilmington, Delaware familia. All right. The DO. What's the DO? I'm trying to think. What's the DO? Well, shout out to the DO, whatever the hell that is. Shout out to y'all and whatnot and whatnot. Um, North Philly, of course. Can't leave North Philly. Who got Philly winning? Who got Philly winning, y'all? We taking bets early. Who got Philly winning? Huh? Let's get this out the way. Talk to me. Who got Philly winning? Where y'all at? Because I know there's in Atlanta, there's a lot of Philadelphia fans running around flapping birds and wings. Who got Philly winning? Let's talk about it. Sacramento, all right. Dayton, Ohio, okay. Portland in a bit. Hollywood, California. Philly. Oh, Philly 34 to 28. Let's go. Minneapolis in the building. You feel me? Philly. I got my money on. I want to see Philly win. You feel me? I want to see Philly win. Uh, the trend is looking like Kansas is picking up rings every time they pull up. but I want to see Philly win. So I'm gonna stand behind Philly. You feel me? I'm gonna back Philly. You feel me? Symbolically speaking, they will want me to get behind the Chiefs on some whatchamacallit, on some indigenous shit. You know what I mean? I gotta talk to Sister Myra and see what's going on. But you know, they will want you to get behind the Chiefs and whatnot, but I want to see Philly win. I want to see Jalen and the rest of the Philadelphia Eagles get that W and get the chip. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, it's a heavily melanated team. You know what I mean? I like their spirit, they winning spirit and whatnot. They've been smacking shit all year. I'm going with Philly. You know what I mean? It's in the namesake too. I'm going with Philly. Yeah, feel me? Philly is the home of the Republic. You did? Yeah, the Republic type shit. Um, Somebody said the Chiefs is taking this. Jackson, Mississippi in the building. You know? KC, Knights of Columbus. Going in. It's early in the day. You already going in. Let me find out. You already finding out. You know? You already found out. I haven't been to Kansas City before in my lifetime, but I've been to Philly. I've been in Philly. I told people before, the white people in Philly are unlike white people in any other state that I've been to. I'm sure that there's different white people in different states, but the white people in Philly are gray, if that makes any sense. They're not full-blooded white people. If you put them in a room it's like putting the red ants and the black ants in a jar and shaking it. If you put white folks from Philly in a room with white folks from Boise, Indiana, Boise, Idaho, and shook the jar, the white folks from Philly will eat them alive. They would beat them up and probably disembowel them. They're different. I used to be in Philly looking at the white folks, and I was like, yeah, these, I don't know what water y'all drink, you know what I'm saying? But y'all different, you know what I mean? I'm not picking up full Becky from the Beckwiths. I'm not picking up a Beckwith bandwidth and whatnot. I'm not picking it up. I don't know who I'm around, where you guys from, like, you know what I'm talking about? Because they have a different type of swag. I noticed it. I don't know. I don't know. I say that they gray. You know what I mean? They not white, they not black, they just gray. They stuck somewhere in the middle. You feel me? They stuck somewhere. Arkansas in the building. Shout out to Arkansas. But yeah, they not like us. Type shit. Who's the they? That's the $1 million question before the halftime show starts. We need to solve the mystery. Who is the they that Kendrick is talking about? Somebody should put that on a shirt. They, and then put all of the faces as to who the fuck is they. You know what I mean? Because here we have the biggest song ever. The shit is on Thriller's heels right now. They not like us is on Thriller's heels. They got this as the biggest song ever made, and we still have not defined who the fuck they is. I would love to know. You know what I'm talking about? White folks from Philly rock beanie Siegel beards. There's some toxic Avengers out there, man. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what it is that they've been feeding. I guess it's the cheesecake or something. I guess it's the cheesecake that these Caucasians in Philadelphia have consumed, but it has turned them into toxic Avengers. They different, you know? Oh, the Drake fans are they. Definitely are they. We're not gonna beat up on the OV hoes tonight. I think that I've successfully uh, eradicated a lot of the Drake stands from the chat over the past few months. I was belligerent towards anybody with Drake energy. You know what I mean? I did a full toxic, a papaya seed detox of KTL. from everybody who saw the Drake video and is running around with OVO owl tattoos on their necks. I got him up out of here type shit. You know what I'm talking about? I got him up out of here. I cured niggas of they Draketopia. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? It was bitter. It was bitter like a detox. But I think that we cured these niggas that was on our line and whatnot that was waking up to Drake, going to sleep to Drake. You know what I mean? The Drakeanas. The Drakeanas, you know what I mean? Send them to Guantanamo. Yo, this nigga Trump is crazy. And I said this, and I'm not one of those people to be like, I told you so. I told you. I'm not Boozie's daughter, right? I told you, niggas. I told you that. But I saw a tweet about a week ago where Donald J. Trump said he wants to deport the criminals. So I was like, yes, send them niggas back to Jamaica, Vibes Cartel, all of them niggas, send them home. And come to find out, he wasn't talking about people with no green card. He was talking about niggas from here. And I was like, damn, I never heard nobody say no shit like that. Because according to the Moors, niggas can't be deported, right? 14 A's, niggas can't be deported. But today, I wake up in the rising and I go into my news feed and I seen that the president of El Salvador, right, where they have a mega jail, right, one of the biggest jails in the world, right, he said that they are ready to start taking in criminals from America into the jail. I said, oh my goodness, this is unprecedented. Huh? I know, Nick. I don't think we built for that. I don't think the criminal class in America is built for that. They sending niggas to El Salvador. Shit looking crazy. Have y'all ever seen that jail? Have y'all ever seen that jail? That jail looks crazy. Let me see if I can pull it up. God damn it. Man, oh man. You niggas out here doing crimes, man. Y'all better you better subscribe to the channel and fly straight. You know what I mean? Fly straight, man, because it's not gonna be good for you this term. El Salvador president accepts USA criminals. Oh, they about to really turn up. They about to really turn up. And rightfully so. You know? This is about to get scary. For all of you niggas with face tats thinking that you could gangbang your way through life. Yeah, your ass getting shipped off. You know what I'm talking about? You getting shipped off. You feel me? Y'all gonna be like Shorty in Pakistan. You getting shipped off type shit. Let's go and read the article. Let's go and read the article. Huh. Yeah, somebody said that jail is a horror film. Um, let me know if you can see the screen. Let me see. El Salvador president offers to accept criminals from the U.S. for a fee. For a fee, for a small fee, my nigga. I'ma take your criminals. Secretary of State Mark Rubio praised President Bukele's unprecedented extraordinary proposal to accept any convicted criminal deported by the United States. It's getting spooky and scary outside. Let's look at the jail first of all, because I if you're not familiar with this pokey that they got over there, then you might not be. The prison was built to house 40,000 people. Nigga, that's a whole football game. What are we talking about? 40,000 people. You got to pay him in crypto. This is the Bitcoin president. This is the Bitcoin president. But he's an asshole. Allegedly, he's an asshole. They said that he's an asshole, right? Yes, the first deportee that we sent into El Salvador is DJ Wackademics. Hurry up and convict his ass. Let's go. And then we sent in Big Meech. Let's go. Oh, they got Curtis Jackson on that boy ass, boy. Pause. We're gonna talk about it. El Salvador offered on Monday to accept convicted criminals deported by the United States, a move that won praise from Secretary of State Marco Rubio, despite questions about whether it's legal or even possible. They like, we'll deal with that later. This is an executive order. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, I don't wish jail on nobody, but I wish Guantanamo Bay on these niggas. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I don't wish jail on nobody, but I wish Guantanamo Bay on these niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck out of here. We got to send these niggas somewhere. You know, I don't wish jail. Free the homies, but send niggas to Guantanamo if they messing up. I mean, we gotta lay the law somewhere. The State Department later added that Mr. Bukalali, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I don't know. It's Bukalali. I don't know. If you from El Salvador, give me a pronunciation. He agreed to take undocumented migrants from any country, not just El Salvador, that have been convicted of crimes, including members of the MS-13. Hold on. How you going to El Salvador and you don't even speak English? You don't speak Spanish. P. Diddy's going to El Salvador. That's crazy. And the MS-13 run to jail, bro. The MS-13 run to jail. You niggas better get a Duolingo if you locked up. Cause I got people that watch this locked up. Shout out to the gang on the chain gang, right? Y'all better do y'all paperwork and get up in that motherfucking law library. You know what I'm talking about? It's not time to be in the yard talking about Big Meech and P. Diddy, my nigga. You don't have the luxury. You get up out of there, free the homies, man, because this is crazy. This is crazy. This is spooky. Despite the sweeping scope of the offer, which Mr. Rubio described as an act of extraordinary friendship, deporting U.S. citizens would fly in the face of protections that make it illegal in all but the rarest of cases. Okay? 14 A's, all of the 14 A's, they're going to find a way to ship the 14 A's. We got to pay attention to the story. This means a lot. You know what I mean? Prove your jurisdiction. Mr. Bukele said Monday that criminals deported by the United States will go to the Terrorism Confinement Center, a prison built to house 40,000 people. Human rights groups have documented extreme overcrowding in El Salvador's prisons and reports of torture by the guards. Bukele type shit. He signed a similar agreement in 2019 to receive non-El Salvadorians detained in the United States, known as a Safe Third Country Agreement. That deal was never implemented because of C-19. Mr. Bukele referred to it on Monday, saying his new proposal was more important and much of a broader scope than the agreements made in 2019. Type shit, right? Interesting. So we get the context of the conversation that we're talking about. This is the context has been laid out. Now that the context has been laid out, let's go and check out the actual jail, right? We know what they're talking about. Now let's go and see what it is. Let's see what it looks like. Let's put a visuals to the conversation. All right, let me see. Let's share the screen. Let's share the screen. Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. Spooky. Spooky, my G. I shit you not. Okay.
Legal residents. Rubio
Is
was
this
visiting
AI? Is that chick AI?
President Donald Trump is to
Okay, let
send
me know if y'all
American
can hear
criminals
it.
to El Salvador's notorious mega prisons in a breakthrough migrant deal. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio gloated that El Salvador's president agreed to the most unprecedented, extraordinary migratory agreement anywhere in the world.
Gonna send Lil
He
Durk
added
there,
that
my
El
niggas.
Salvador's president even
Was
offered
Diddy
to do the same
convicted?
for some of America's most
Hell
dangerous
no.
criminals currently locked up in the US, despite
That's
them
gonna be the
being US
case of the
citizens or
century.
legal
You know he wasn't
residents.
convicted.
Rubio was
Where you
visiting the
been?
country on Monday to try and make progress on meeting Trump's demands for a major crackdown on immigration. It was also agreed that El Salvador would take back MS-13 gang
Look at this
members
shit.
residing in the US unlawfully. El
Look at this
Salvador is
shit.
renowned for its
Shit
brutal
crazy.
jails, especially the
Oh yeah,
counter-terrorism
they
confinement center mega prison,
Y'all keep
which houses some
playing.
of the
All you
country's most
YNs.
violent
You better take
gangsters.
them
The
shiesties
notion
off.
of El Salvador accepting foreign nationals arrested in the US for violating immigration laws is called a Safe Third Country Agreement. Officials have hinted that this could be an option for brutal Venezuelan gang members convicted of crimes in the US if Venezuela were to refuse to accept them. Following the meeting, a non-binding agreement that outlines the country's intentions on working together was signed. This is to advance US and El Salvador civil nuclear cooperation, which could lead eventually to a more formal deal involving medicine too.
Free the gang. My goodness. Free the gang. It's crazy. 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 Yeah, man. You could play with it if you want. You keep playing with it if you want. And and remain a part of the underworld. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, this is not power. And we are not on stars. You know what I'm talking about? You need to straighten your act up because these people are not playing. You know what I'm talking about? Benjamin Crump, he's not going to El Salvador, family. Benjamin Crump, they might not even let that nigga in El Salvador, man. We gotta figure this shit out. We need some straightening. You know? So let's do an update on our favorite Brooklyn expat who's in El Salvador. No, she ain't in El Salvador, she in Pakistan. We gotta do an update on Auntie. Auntie out here going viral. Auntie out here going viral in these streets. You feel me? Let's see. Let's see. All right, hold on. Oh, man. Here we go.
If you don't like it, you can go home. Bye. I'm pregnant. I'm going to be pregnant with his baby. That's my religion. That's none of your business. I need 2 Tesla Cybertrucks, a private jet. I need $20K per week. What you talking about? We need new roads. There's potholes in the roads. The community fucked up. I'm gonna do this right. I got this. I'm not saying nothing else until I get my deposit. I do. I need 100,000 acres of land. This community will get better. No more questions. You can't ask me that. That's against my religion. I'm not going nowhere until I get my money. And we can put the sports war over there. No further questions. 100K every month. We're moving to Dubai. To Dubai, yes. We're moving to Dubai. I'm going to be pregnant with his baby. Make sure you get this on camera. Are you filming this? Here, I'm not talking until I get 20K every week. My name is Ranika Ubar, married to Isba Ubar. If you don't like it, you can go home. Bye. I'm pregnant. I'm going to be pregnant with his baby. As my religion, that's none of your business. I need 2 Tesla Cybertrucks, a private jet. I need 20K per week. What you talking about? We need new roads. There's potholes in the roads. The community fucked up. I'm gonna do this right. I got this. I'm not saying nothing else until I get my deposit. I do. I need 100,000 acres of land. This community will get better. No more questions. You can't ask me that. That's against my religion. I'm not going nowhere until I get my money. And we can put the sports war over there. No further questions.
Yeah, they going in. They going in. I got like 4 of them. I don't get. Look at this one.
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2K or more every week. You hear me? I'm getting my Pakistani passport and my Pakistani ID.
You cannot get Pakistani
I'm
ID.
getting it. Do you agree?
We do not
Mind
agree.
your business, what? Talk.
Do you have your passport?
I'm getting one. You got one?
No, I am a citizen of Pakistan.
Oh, okay, good. Listen, I'm not from here. I'm just chilling. It's none of your business now. Go home. Wait, I just want to say salam alaikum. Salaam salam. I would like to expect the money in my account by tomorrow. Everyone stay safe, and I will see my husband in Dubai.
Let's get it on, let's get it on. Baby, just hold me, tell me that you love me. I know you ain't got something going on. Baby, let's get it on, let's get it on.
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land.
Oh man. She's a legend, bro. She's a legend.
Everyone needs to meet Onijah Robinson, Division I level hater, ultimate finesse. Onijah here is basically currently holding people of Pakistan hostage, where they're all like, all right, you need to go back to America. She's like, no, I need 100,000, 20 grand in my pocket today. I'm gonna start real estate. I'm gonna start building all over this place. And they're all like, wait, who are you and how? Who give you the 100K? Not to Pakistan because she was catfishing as a 33-year-old white woman to an 18-year-old Pakistani boy. And he was like, hold on, I just bagged me a bad joint. She about to fly out here. I'm gonna get my green card. I'm going back to America. Then she pulled up, popped out, moved, grew. She's like, oh, what's going on? And he came to the door. He's like,
Oh man.
who is you? He shut the door in Shorty's face, disappeared. Now he's gone missing. And she's just standing outside. She's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Pakistan, this is my new neighborhood. I'm about to be the queen of shit. I'm taking over. This Pakistani neighborhood's almost like if you thought you was going to LA, you ended up in Palmdale. Or you thought you was going to New York City and you in like Albany or something. So it's like the people around town know what's going on. And this random black woman shows up and they're like, wait, who invited her? What's she doing in the street? This is our hood right now. So the media starts to come around and ask her questions. That's when she's like, no, I need money. I'm going to marry this dude. We're going to have a baby in Dubai. And then I'm going to reconstruct all Pakistan. I need 100K. I'm gonna build an amazing neighborhood.
Listen, I hope he's saying the right things, okay? Like I said, Pakistan needs to be reconstructed the right way. Do you hear me, guys?
You hear me,
Make sure
guys?
y'all get this on your camera. I'm married to Nidel Hamid. I'm Onijah Hamid. We are moving to Dubai very soon. We're gonna have our baby in Dubai.
And then the chipper, he's basically like the community servant, I guess I would say. And he's just been so respectful, so nice. He's like, okay, this is Onijah. She needs some help. But she's like, shut up. Shut up, stop talking. I don't know what he talking about. I need that 100K.
बहुत हो गया भाई बहुत हो गया बस है बस अब बस है बस बस है बस
He talked too much.
बस
Listen, he talked too much. That's it.
That's it.
yes that's it yes I am saying ये भी देखे यही मेरी बात की तारीफ कर रही है
Listen, you talk too much.
Why is she talking so crazy in his spot? To the point that the police don't even know how to deal with it. They like, yo, American government,
Yo,
can y'all just come
passport
get her? So
bros,
we
y'all
want her
niggas
deported.
could never-
She said, I'm not going nowhere. I need 100K. I need my husband.
I don't live here. I'm chilling. Looking for 100K or more.
I almost want to be this level of delusional where it's like, she really thinks somebody's going to give her 100K. She don't know from who, and everybody else don't know who she's even asking. Is the American government giving her 100K, or does she think the Pakistani government is giving her 100K? Everybody's wondering who giving you this 100K, but she needed it in her pocket today. It's caused this ripple effect that now people from all over the country and community are like, you know what? I'll marry her. I want my green card. I'm trying to go to America. They don't understand. She's trying to stay there and live in Dubai. This is your new queen. At least that's everyone needs to meet Onaja Robinson.
This is your new queen. I'm trying to tell you, y'all don't understand. This is gonna shift the whole fucking world politics. Do not play with her. Do not play with Onaja. But look, if anybody from New York understand, this is a regular person on the IRT. She's not an anomaly in New York. You'll see this on a train every day.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but like I always tell y'all, there's no place like New York. And I'm going to tell you why. Because only in New York would a New Yorker go to Pakistan and tell them niggas they not leaving and actually get the money. Yeah, I think she done actually got the fucking money to the point she on her way back. I don't know if they gave her 100K, but they gave her some money and sent her on her way. Listen, don't you ever go over there again and play. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why you even decided to do this. I don't know where this came up, but when you get back over here, they gonna check your ass right in the to the crazy hospital. I think it's Blauvelt, whatever, Bellevue, whatever that shit is. They gonna send your ass to the crazy hospital right before you go over the bridge to Queens. That shit right there with the balls on the window. You gonna be right in there. Went over there and played with them people like that. You know, if they would have kept you, we wasn't coming to get you, right? I don't know what the fuck is going on.
She got the bag too, man. She got the bag. Like that level of Delulu, like isn't she on her JG Wentworth? Yo, y'all laughing, but that level of Delulu, man, it's almost like that's a snapshot of TikTok right now. We laughing, but that's a snapshot of TikTok where people literally, you get to look at it in the mirror and it sound crazy, but literally that's half of New York right now. I'm dead ass, bro. That's how they moving in She from Brooklyn, but she not alone. She not alone. We living on different timelines. I'm trying to explain to people. Like, it's literally people on TikTok right now that are viral and they stand on the same type of business that she's standing on, the shit that they talking about. You be like, wait, what? But they literally believe that shit. Like, they are convicted. She has not broken character yet. She has not broken character yet. I shared with y'all before, the internet is about characters. It's character driven. There's no such thing as right or wrong anymore. There's no such thing as, is she for real? Yes, she's dead fucking real. She's in character. She's as real gets. She's gonna stay, as long as she's in character and stays in it, she is as real as it is. This is the world that we're in. You now currently could exist in your own reality. And she went to Pakistan and she's bending their reality to hers. They're not bending her into their reality. She bent the whole Pakistan into her reality. That's a Brooklyn legend right there. You know what I'm saying? We gonna laugh about it and everything, but when she arrives in LaGuardia and JFK with the bag, niggas is gonna be like, salute. You pulled off a jukes. You did a reverse jukes on Pakistan because Pakistan is in the hood sticking us up every day. Pakistan is in the hoods of America sticking us up. Nigga, India is in the hoods. Stay over here demanding 100K for that weave that you wearing. They over here demanding 100K for the petroleum hair hats. They over here demanding 100K for that overpriced gas. And them damn nails that's getting done to Koreans. You know what I mean? So yeah, reverse jokes. They talking about exporting us to El Salvador. Do you see what the fuck will happen to your country when you export one of us? Do not deport us to your country. We are viruses. We are viruses, nigga. We will completely upend your entire country. Don't fuck with the New Yorkers, especially. Don't try deporting a FBA, wait, what is it? What was it? American, ADOS to your country unless your infrastructure is prepared for us. Type shit, because we different. She's showing you that's just one of there's about imagine if 100 Oneidas went over there. Passport bros, you could never. The passport bros, you could never. You know what I'm saying? Y'all play your part. Passport bros, you can't go to Colombia and pull that type of stunt. Hell no. That's only something that the sisters could do. But the game is so global right now. 2025 and onward is going to open up. We are really going to see what is called a new world order. This is not local anymore. We not local jokers anymore. The game is going global. As you can see with many different stories, everything is expanding. It's not local anymore. Donald Trump is a global president. He's not just a president of the USA. He's the global president. That nigga's the global leader and whatnot. He's stretching out and touching geopolitics everywhere. Every day is something geopolitical. This game is going geopolitical. We going global, y'all. We going global. You know what I'm saying? Pack your bags. Get your Duolingo. Learn a new language, niggas. We going Moorish out this bitch. 7 C's. Talking about it ain't no money in America. I'm going global. It's money in Thailand. It's money in Antarctica. Shit. It's money in Alaska. Where we going? You know what I'm talking about? They got bags in Hawaii waiting for us. Global. Global. You know what I mean? She went outside and shook the world up. You know Azalea Banks and some of these New York chicken heads is watching that. They getting their passports ready. They like, man, fuck that. I'm rolling the dice. It's global at this point. You know what I mean? Watch. You're going to see the rise. You're going to see the rise. You know? They going right to the plug. Frank Lucas pulling up in India. Like, yo, where's that? Where's that? They on a Chinese TikTok app. They on Red House. Watch and see. I promise you. Game is global. You know? They not ready for us, but they need to get ready. She brought the IRT, MTA, the 4-train Skeeter to Pakistan. Nigga, that's every day on a 4-train. Onika, or whoever her name is, that's not, if you a native New Yorker, that's that you see that riding the train every day. Every day. Nigga, in between 59th Street and 125th. You bound to meet her and her kind on the train. That's an MTA IRT type of thing. But now it looks crazy when it's outside of the train station and it's in Pakistan on on Telemundo and shit like that. It look crazy on TV, but it don't look crazy on the train. Nigga, that is New York City on the train. And it's the MARTA. I've been on the MARTA too in Atlanta. Nigga, that's the MARTA. You know what I'm talking about? That's the train in Chicago. You know what I mean? I see TikToks on that. Yeah, that's the 2. That's the 6 for real. That's the 6 train for real. That is the 2 after like that's the 2 after what stop? Nostrand. For real. Let's not talk about Lexington Avenue, 125th Street. She would have been over there poking people with an ice pick and smoking K2 live. Like, She would have been facing shit like, yo, who got some K2? Who got the spice? Like, where's the Pakistani and spice type shit? I heard about it. Where is it at? What's that shit that they be chewing in Africa? That's that would be the 125th Street Lexington Avenue flex. They didn't even hear that. They didn't even see that yet. She's giving 2 Train Brooklyn activities. She's not giving 2 Train Bronx energy or 2 Train Harlem energy. She's giving 2 Train Brooklyn energy type shit. You know what I mean? You have to be from New York to know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man. This is not an anomaly. You know what I mean? This is not an anomaly. But it definitely is for people who ain't used to us. You know what I mean? Talking about you want to deport niggas around the world. Go ahead and try it. Yo, the whole world will finna collapse. You know what I mean? Go ahead and try it. We are like viruses. You put us in any operating system, we're gonna take that shit over. You know what I mean? We're gonna take it over. But I made this point before, and I'm gonna make it again because it's called cat, right? Cat, right? It's called cat. The shit that they be chewing in Africa and whatnot. Um, the queen could move anywhere on the chessboard. This is a life lesson, right? Especially for my sisters and whatnot. Just look at that example and apply it to the rules of chess, that the queen could move anywhere on the chessboard that the king could not move. Because passport bros, they can't do what she did. That's a passport sister right there. You feel me? Men can't move like that of any color. Women could move and do shit like that. You could go up in people's establishment and move around. Men can't do that. That's the game of life right there. That's chess. You know? Men can't move around like that. It's pronounced chot. Chot. That's how it's pronounced, chot. You know? Is that big mama energy, y'all? Where all of my, because I want the sisters to be able to define it. You're not gonna have me sitting here saying, yo, that's big mama energy. That's big mama energy. Huh? But is that big mama energy kind of like in a, you know what I mean? Like in a weird type of way? Is that what we talking about? Because she definitely went over there and she's standing on big mama business. People may try, they're gonna spoof it. It's gonna become satire because it's spoofable and whatnot. But is that the big mama energy that we've heard about? Because like I say, that's the energy. I don't see a man doing that type. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong and whatnot. I be following dudes on YouTube that consider themselves as passport bros. They're currently in Colombia. They in Dominican Republic doing what they do and whatnot. Them niggas are polite on a YouTube channel. They not over there doing no Delulu type shit. They not over there throwing their weight around. Them people in Pakistan low key are scared. You know what I'm saying? They intimidated, bro. They kind of intimidated. They like, I don't know, because this might be that Kali Ma energy coming back. You know what I mean? This might be Big Mama coming home. You feel me? A white woman could never. A Becky couldn't do that. A Becky couldn't do that, bro. A Becky couldn't do that. I don't see Beckwith doing that. In Pakistan, they would cut her hair. You know what I mean? They would give a Becky a haircut. Only Big Mama could pull that off. Only Big Mama, like a Mexican woman couldn't break out of the ice handcuffs and then stow away on JetBlue and fly to Pakistan and pull up and be like, and set up a fruit stand and be like, I'm not leaving. A Mexican woman couldn't do that. You feel me? A Becky couldn't do that with a long nose and stringy hair, telling Pakistan what she not gonna do. They'd be like, wrap her up in a rug. Only a sister could do that. Only a Onika. And then they see her name. Her name is not, she don't have a European's name. Sexy Red could do that, bro. I'm just saying, as much as we say Sexy Red could go to a Muslim country and take it over. Facts. She'd be like, I'm not leaving. I'm taking my weave out right here. Y'all make me something to eat, nigga, and I'll twerk later. I'm not leaving. Where's my 100 bands? And proceed to take her shit off. I'm taking this shit off. Like, where my bread at? And they will respect that. They will respect that. You can't do, I don't see any other woman doing that of any ethnicity, nationality, and I don't see it. I don't. Ratchetness on a world tour type shit. You know? Man, the game is crazy, y'all. We only in February. We are only in February. This shit has already outdone 2024. I think so. And we already in February, and 2024 has already been trumped. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to East London. Shout out to East London. We had a show on Sunday, right after the Grammy Awards. Shout out to everybody that was there for that tapped in and tuned in, and the people that watched it on a replay and whatnot. We'll do a quick little Grammy review real quick on Melanin Monday. Well, it's Melanin Tuesday, but yeah, we're gonna cover it again, just briefly and whatnot. Shout out to Dennis the Menace. Give a shout out to all of the mods in the building, y'all. Give a shout out to all of the mods in the building. All right. Thank y'all for holding us down. All of my KTLians in the building. Salute. So yeah, a little recap of the Grammys. They disrespected Babyface. Number one, we just have to get that out the way. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, legacy media, y'all are washed and whatnot. How y'all gonna disrespect Babyface? Of all people, it's the legend right here. This is Babyface. Still have a baby face. My nigga looking good for his age. He a vampire. He one of them vampires type shit. You know what I mean? Babyface definitely is in the same coven that Pharrell is in. They got bit by Lestat. They in the vampire. You know? They're vampires. But they disrespected the God. They was interviewing him, some young whippersnappers, generation whatever that's called, right? Probably some TikTokers and shit. They was interviewing the God, and then they seen some chick walk by with mad she had like when you put the Johnson and Johnson's baby powder on a newborn? Yeah, she had that on her face type shit. She had that on her face. I don't know who this lady is, but apparently she's supposed to be the best new artist. I guess Schoolie Red is completely out of the game because I don't know who that is. You feel me? I know about Scarlett. I know about Glorilla. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know about none of the other new artists. She like RuPaul. Is that a man? Is that a man? I don't know. But they curved Babyface for this artist. And I was like, what the hey, no way, no way. I know I'm not watching what I'm watching. Hey, no way. No fucking way. You know what I mean? No way. This just, no. They did it. And they did that. They disrespected the God. They cut that nigga interview short. He had to save face. He was like, "Go do that. Is that what you want to do? Go do that then." You know what I mean? I know my nigga went and cried in the fucking Honda. I know Babyface went and cried in the Maybach. I know he cried in the Maybach. I would have cried in the Maybach too. You know what I'm saying? That's just an indicator that nigga time is up. Get into fishing or something. You know what I mean? The game is, you know what I'm saying? Watch the party die. The game is dead, man. God damn it. This is not our Grammys. You know what I mean? If they not letting Babyface talk, this is not our Grammys, man. Bring the protest back. he was he was I seen his face. That nigga was so appalled. He was so through with this shit. Yo, call the Uber. Call the Uber XL. I'm bringing a big girl with me. I'm going home. Call the Uber XL. We going home with Kanye and his wife. Oh man. The Caucasity. And these were two Corkies. Let's be clear. These were two Beckys. You understand? And I seen a lot of things at the Grammy, not at the awards, right? On the red carpet. That's where a lot of tea is at. Why did I see? Because I was watching the Kaisenet stream and somebody called them out. Oh, Kaisenet, come here, Kaisenet, Kaisenet. And it was the Shade Room. And it was the Shade Room, right? And for my audience who might not be familiar with the Shade Room is like Wendy Williams on fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? They are very messy, right? They are very I think the Shade Room is media takeout. They just rebranded themselves. But it's some Nigerians, Jollof, right? I got to see the people behind the Shade Room, and now I understand why the Shade Room do the shit that they do. Facts. They not like us. They not like us. And I'm offended. I'm offended. I'm appalled. I'm appalled. Y'all all up in the culture, you know what I'm saying? Highlighting the most negative, quote unquote, aspects of the culture, and they not like us. Big Jollof. Big Jollof. Big bowl of Jollof rice holding the mic. I'm like, okay, I get it. And all they do is promote the BS. You feel me? All they do is promote the ratchetness. Like Zeus, they be putting up clips of the girls fighting, all of the tea. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with World Star, with the dude Q. They not like us. All of these channels, media takeout, they not like us. Like, something needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Something needs to, DJ Wacademics. What, do you see a pattern? Do you see a pattern? Media takeout. And for anybody, because once again, this is a global show. This is a global show. But what we won't do is we won't go into your country. Only Onika will do it. Only Onika will do some shit like that. But we don't want to go into your country and disrupt, you know, and only report on the negativity in your country for a few dollars and whatnot. No, that's not honorable. That's not honorable. But this is what they doing over here. And then they be like, oh, I didn't know about Noble Drew Ali. I never heard of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I never heard of, you know, John Horse. Like, they don't never heard of nothing. The only thing that they know is the state-approved Black History Month of Rosa Parks, MLK, right? and Jesse Jackson. That's all they know about us, and that's all they think that we about. But they highlight all of the negativity of our culture with a smiling face. That needs to be the new 2025. We need a campaign. We got to clean them up. We got to clean them up. You know what I mean? I seen what I needed to see. We got to clean them up. You know what I'm saying? They not like us. You know what I mean? We have to draw the line and be like, look, we need better representation all around, straight up. Even if this shit is imbalanced, I'm saying we need to be imbalanced with more positivity. We need to be imbalanced, but the imbalance needs to be positivity. You know what I'm saying? We need to be highlighting the talented amongst us instead of the untalented and the ratchet and the dysfunctional. If I see another fucking post about Shamar, nigga, what's going on? They making fun of us. They making fun of us. And then they got all of these negative things to say about our culture and our people, but that's all you people is highlighting. That's all they highlighting. You could go on all of them pages. Media Takeout, Spiritual World, Shade Room, World Star, and it's nothing but pure dumpster diving. They just dumpster diving. You know, when somebody will dumpster dive, they go and pull trash out and consume it. That is what they're doing right now on these quote unquote digital. This is the National Enquirer in a digital form and whatnot. And they're fucking playing us to our face. Gossip, right? Even the Roots, right? None of these people are national. We don't share the same nationalities. These are all first generation, or they running from ICE right now, type shit. They on a run from ICE right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. That's who they got in corporate America. Remember the movie Us, right? And this is no disrespect. This is an observation. But remember the movie Us, the Jordan Peele came out, and there was two people who looked alike, right? There was the people who looked just like the people. There was almost like a clone. That is an analogy for the people that they are filling in these seats that look like us, but they not like us. They look like us, but they not like us. It's like the movie Us. They look like us, but they are doppelgangers. They not like us, bro. We're not the same way that we're not like, we can't go where they're from and pull off what they do. Because people be like, yo, I was in Africa, there's niggas that look like you, Red Pill, but they not like Red Pill. They could look like me. They could look like me. They can have my phenotypes, but culturally, we're not the same. I don't have the same nuances to their culture and they don't have the same nuances to my culture. They can't do it the way that I do it. Us. And imagine if somebody hired me to go into their culture, to put on for their culture, and I'm not from their culture. I don't have I could just have a Wikipedia understanding of what their culture is. I don't have the nuances. I don't dive deep into the culture. I don't know the DNA of the culture. You feel me? So I'm just going to give the surface of what Wikipedia told me about the culture. That is what's happening in Black America right now. Glorified seat fillers. Yes, Nashawn. Glorified seat fillers. They're like, I'll fill in the seat for them. Corporate America, you see it. Corporate America, you see it. You know what I mean? Black Hollywood, you see it? You know? Black Hollywood, you see it? It's a lot of that taking place. The fuck? I was born in the Bronx, nigga. What we doing? I was born in the BX, nigga. New York. I'm like Jim Jones, nigga, from the Bronx. But that's crazy. These conversations, you know, should be had moving forward. But back to the Grammys. A lot of action on the Grammys, the red carpet, you know, and then the award show. The award show was I didn't see the award show in its entirety. I saw clips. And it looked like it was, you know, it looked like people was having a fun time. The main focus this year was on the firefighters and whatnot, being that they basically burned down LA and, you know, stole that land type shit. I'm fully convinced that that's what's taking place. I'm fully convinced at this point that that is what has taken place in out there in LA. It was a land grab, you know. Direct energy weapons, you know, smart city type of shit. Yeah. That's definitely what I'm seeing as the smoke clears. It was a land grab, you know, same way like Hawaii was a land grab. The same way like there was another part of California called Paradise that was a land grab, you know? Um and the award show was very melanated this year. Remember there was like was it Oscars too white or Grammys too white? Was it Oscars too white or Grammys too white? But I remember that the last time I checked, they wasn't fucking with the Grammys because they was like they was being biased and whatnot, and they was, you know, doing all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I remember that there was protests that niggas was boycotting it, but they didn't boycott it this year. They didn't boycott it this year. And they was handing out a lot of awards to chocolate people. You feel me? Okay, both of them was too white. Well, outside of that chick with her face looking like she had mad baby powder on it, the majority of faces that I seen were melanated. Beyonce is going reverse though. She went from being like cinnamon to her shit is off white. I don't know what's going on. Nigga, Blue Ivy is darker than her. How Blue Ivy darker than you, Beyonce? What the fuck? Like you got the same powder on your face that Onita from Pakistan had. Come on, sis. You bleached your eyebrows? What the fuck? What we doing? What are we doing, Sasha? What's happening, man? If I was there, I'd have gave her a hug. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hold on, watch out, Jay-Z. Watch out, Sean. I'm giving her a hug, my nigga. She need one. She out here whitewashing her face type shit. She don't gotta do that. She don't gotta do that. She already lit. Like, she don't gotta do that. The fuck? She already passed the paperback test, nigga. What is she doing? Who are you sleeping with, Jay? Nigga. Is that she looking like Jennifer Aniston? What's happening? Nigga, Jaden Smith with the Home Alone house on his head. What's up, Jaden? What's up, Jaden? Why was you even there, Jaden? You don't even do music like that this year. Why did you show up, fam? Were you a seat filler? Nigga, what are you doing? Jaden shows up with a house on his head, but nobody's talking about Willow though. Nobody's talking about Willow though. So Willow, what's happening? What's good, Willow? I would have rather see you with a house on your head, Willow. You could have had the guest house on your head or the summer house. Was that paying homage to the houses in LA? Is this nigga is he an artist? Is this some Basquiat shit with Jaden? I don't know. Hmm. That could have been an artistic expression, you know what I mean? To all of the houses that burnt and whatnot. But Willow showed up naked with no body. How you naked and you left half of your body at home? Like, what are we doing? You naked with an Ozempic body? And I'm not body shaming. Let's be clear. I'm just observing. Just observing it. Like, she opened up the coat and I was like, but then keep in mind, Kanye West also brought his wife and she took the coat off and she was naked. You know what I mean? And then she turned around and I was like, come on, fam. Come on, fam. No wonder you got kicked out. How she got two flapjacks? You know what I mean? How she gonna turn around and there's two flapjacks? Like, come on, you couldn't even give us a pancake, huh? Like, the fuck? The fuck? Keep the fur on, fam. No wonder they got kicked out. I'd have kicked her out too. Like, you don't do all of that to drop the motherfucking mink and it's two flapjacks, two ironing boards. You know what I'm talking about? Back pockets is touching and whatnot. Nah, fam, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We encouraging our sisters to eat their oats, my nigga. You know what I mean? We not doing melted ice spice. You know what I'm saying? We don't co-sign melted ice. We don't chew on ice. We eat our oats over here. You know what I'm talking about? We eat our oats. Yeah, we on that type of time. Yeah. If she would have dropped the mink and she was eating her oats, nigga, touchdown, I would have been like, I'm gonna buy me some Yeezy slides right now. But that didn't make me want to go and buy no Yeezy slides. The fuck? Yeah. If she dropped the mink and it was Tim's body, shout out to Tim's. Pressure, Africa. Pressure, nigga. Pressure, nigga. Yeah, that part. If you're gonna be about pressure, be about pressure. Yeah, that's pressure right there. You know what I'm talking about? Tim's, nigga. Go Google it. Tim's. You feel me? I'm not body shaming. Shout out to all of my slim goodies and whatnot. Y'all still lit. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all are still lit. This not against the Slimmingtons. But I'm just talking about pressure and putting it into context. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. SZA. SZA. Even though it's Dr. Miami, nigga, pressure. How about that? Yeah, SZA. SZA, nigga, from Jersey. Jersey, big Jersey. Yeah, pressure. You know? Even it was a lot of pressure in the building that night. It was a lot of pressure. The women showed up looking very beautiful. Okay? I'll just leave it at that. The women showed up looking very beautiful. Shout out to Doechii. Every time I see her, she's just getting more beautiful to me. You know what I mean? I hope her personality is, I hope that she's an authentic being. I'll just leave it at that. You know how some people be in public and they act like they cool and everything and they down to earth and they just great people, but behind closed doors, they're not. It's like, damn, that could make you wild, ugly and whatnot. But she appears to be, you know, a very cool person. I like Doechii. I saw her performance, bodied it, fire. You know what I mean? I listened to her whole speech, tearjerker, fire. You know what I mean? I've picked up on her humility and whatnot. She's a real one. You know, she's a real. I'm rooting for her. Okay. Um, the award show was a statement. The award show was a statement. A lot of pieces on the chessboard got moved around that Sunday. Okay. The award show was a statement. Do you agree, Blue?
It was a proclamation. It was a statement. It was a cultural pivotal moment. It was a shift.
Right. It was a shift.
Yes.
There are certain things in the women's hip hop music that are going to shift as a result of what we saw on Sunday. And if it doesn't shift, I highly encourage us to create a campaign where we demand that it shifts. The same way that they came up with all of those signatures and whatnot to get DJ Wackademics banned by Twitch and other things.
Mm-hmm.
Our community, especially the mothers out there, should become very proactive in demanding that the musicians who are speaking to their daughters fit the criteria of the musicians that were awarded that night. Mainly Rhapsody and Doechii. They were christened by the industry, by the academy, as this is the quote unquote standards.
Right. This is, we are awarding and applauding this form and variety of music. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, if we're looking at cultural acceptance, then that indicates where the shift is taking place, right? Where they're ushering in the like I think that even them, right? And when we say them, it's an ambiguous term. They installed 1,300 new members of the voting committee.
Yes.
Now I had privy to what some of that look like on a sub level. They have a smaller subcommittee called U Grammy, and I attended some of the events this past summer here in Atlanta. Shout out to the homie Jay Rich. He's the engineer for Offset, right? One of our workout partners. He invited us, and we've been meeting a lot of the people involved with that particular agency,
Right.
and they brought in a lot of youth. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of melanated people that are now involved. A lot of diversity, equity, and inclusion, if you will, has democratized the lily white aspect. So I'm sure Trump gonna find out about this, and they come in with the sledgehammer. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
wait, what? This niggas in Hollywood? All right, hold on. Say less. Hold my Diet Coke. Let me go call Elon. Wash these niggas.
Or Elon, they're gonna look, in order for the Grammys to be broadcast next year on public airways, we're going to need a divestment of DEI from how they're stacking the debt, because
Right.
they're blocking good people. A white man applied for that job and they
Right.
said
There's some good
yeah.
white folks that needed that job.
There's some good white folks that needed that job, so they're gonna push and they're gonna press the line to get them, back in the building. But in the meantime, in between time, it has been democratized by a younger audience, a younger voting crowd. They're becoming more inclusive of bringing their members in, and
Right.
it reflected. I don't think just this year, initially when it started. Shout out to the homie Jay Ivy, right? We forget,
Oh yeah.
the
He on the
wins that
board
have been
too.
taken, yes, consecutively at the Grammys. He's on the board and he speaks about that. They made spoken word a topic, a voting topic, and he won the first award for it. There was another sister that just picked it up from New Orleans. They said that she's the truth. The even with Killer Mike, doing the sweep. Was that last year or was it the year before?
I believe that was
Right?
last year because that started that whole conversation about 48.
About Atlanta artists, the 40 plus Atlanta artists, you know what I'm saying, and the motions and the waves, the ripples they were
Little
making.
John,
Little
Andre
John, Andre
3000,
3000,
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The right wow the while the waning of Atlanta artistry and hip hop and culture is being chipped away by litigation and whack juice, right?
right,
With the exception maybe of Future, the last one standing. You know, if you look industry wise, his sales, his you know what I'm saying, last year was a stellar year for him, and he's readying up another project. But outside of that, it seems to be that machine is losing its steam. I think the world knows where we're headed. Of course, there's going to be a level of escapism. There's going to be, some aspects of entertainment that's going to entertain people, but they need social commentary. They need responsibility. And I think that, collectively, we saw the entire industry. So Kendrick Lamar did not just win a rap battle, and I think you mentioned it earlier. Kendrick Lamar coming outside of the 50th year of hip hop, which we knew was under siege by elements and forces that was non-conducive to what we know hip hop is, where it needed to go. It was almost like there was no future. It was the flat year of sales, right? No creativity. There was no sparks.
it was dying.
It was dying, right? Just like the country, right? There was no signs that you can look forward and say, "Oh, this scale is promising 4 or 5 years out," because of where it's at right now. You couldn't really
Right.
see the future of it. Um, then there was this insurgency of the women in hip hop, right, and what that represented. And that frequency that they was on almost sound on all like the same artists or what have you. So at the time when they even initiated the back and forth for the skirmish, we understood that it was a cult. This was a cultural difference. These two artists represented two very distinct lanes. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? One of them represented the commercialization of hip hop. One of them represented, what some people consider to be everything that has gone wrong with hip hop in terms of the non-authenticity, and how that would be no better represented by a person who was able to morph into whatever region that he came into for cultural acceptance to gain access, right? Almost like Elon to go in the back and get the keys to the treasury, right? They gave him the keys to the treasury. The treasury is our women in this culture. This is shit that I was talking about in 2010 when I did my lecture here in Atlanta, telling people about the coming of Drake,
Hmm.
right? And we were doing, that particular entire series explaining who this individual was and how he was about to impact the game. And they're going directly for the sisters. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they would be the ones that open up the treasury for him. They're the ones that make sure he got the keys. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones
Gotta
that
take care of it.
talking their brothers. You know what I mean? Same way that they babysit for their besties. You know what I'm saying? The Saucy Santanas of the world. The same way they was caping for them, the same way that they run plays for them, the same way that they block like the Philadelphia offensive line for them niggas to come and run the plays that they run. Okay?
Right.
So he was able to use his beguiling methods to sue them to sleep as a Scorpio, a cunning one at that, and he gained access. Then the industry was forced to follow, right, to coddle to this nigga to get the stimulus check from him because he had access to the treasury. And who and what is the treasury? The treasury is the women,
Right.
right? They're the ones that's gonna get you lit. They're buying the records, they're going to the concerts, they're playing the music. They got the one quote notable captions and shit on
Captions.
social
Right.
media from this
They the
nigga.
brand ambassadors.
They're the brand ambassadors.
They
They're the
are.
OG hoes,
Yeah.
right? So it was said when he mounted a response, when he mounted resistance to it, that it was going to be an uphill battle because he was going against the industry. But he said it's not just me, it's what the culture's feeling. So now it was a pivotal point where the culture now versus the industry, where they're like, oh, Kendrick is a backpack rapper, and you know what I'm saying, what you
J.
trying to
Cole.
acknowledge, get that conscious shit out of here, right? Looking from
Right.
where the last rap battle was at to now, this rap battle, where the one line in the almost finished Nas was, what you trying to acknowledge? Understanding that in the environment that Jay-Z said it, in the hyper commercialized environment of 2001, it was unacceptable to try to kick knowledge,
Because it was
right?
all
That
about
had
the
a,
Benjamins.
it was all about the Benjamins, right? Puff and Big bodied the last remnants of consciousness when they sat Wu-Tang down out of the game at the Hot 97 Summer Jam concert,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They killed
And then they
consciousness in New
pressed the
York.
radio to turn their TV off. And we had not heard from consciousness and rap, especially in New York City, since 95, 96, right?
Right.
Because Ray and Ghost wanted to follow the leader and become Gambinos and
Right.
Trap
They want to
Lords,
become
right?
trap
Yeah.
rappers.
So they wanted to be crack rappers and trap rappers, and they played them out of their hand, right? And you can't, if cash rules everything around you and that consciousness or math or the mathematics or Allah's mathematics, then you just defaulted your entire hand to he who has the most cash,
Right. You
right?
backslid.
Right, which ended up being the two Seans.
Sean
Who,
Combs and Sean Carter.
yes, who, right, are benefactors or beneficiaries after the fall of the killing of the king ritual that took place with BIG. So the vacant throne that came with that and access to that particular throne and how they looted the treasury.
Right.
Because they did it too. They turned hip hop into crass commercialism and materialism and applied and appealed directly to the women, right? They're distinct.
Because Jay-Z sees his ascension through his acceptance of women through the remixes of the R&B songs and the breakout with Foxy.
Foxy, right, yeah.
The remixes of the R&B songs is Krishan, You Shy, the Shy remix, the Christian remix,
And Maya.
and who?
Maya, that's to me.
And Maya, right? And then he does the song with Foxy, Ain't No Nigga.
Right.
And then he does Sunshine.
I think Changing Faces, yeah.
Changing
Yeah.
Faces, right. So
Yeah.
until he was accepted by the women and he had to shift into doing club music, he wasn't platinum. He wasn't considered to be the
Yeah,
king of New
yeah,
York.
yeah. He didn't get it through the fellas. He didn't get it through the brothers.
Did
There was
not
a
get into the
small
men.
percentage of us, maybe like 2%, right, that could even understand what he was talking about. In the time when he came out again, the consciousness of the community was very low. The aptitude, niggas was not trying to remember their mathematics. It was a money chase. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Big had already terraformed society to be money cash hoes. So niggas wasn't. There was no incentive for consciousness. Nobody was focused on that. So, and he came, he spoke about a higher dialogue, whereas Biggie was a crack, that was crack rap. Jay-Z brought coke rap, he brought bricks, he brought ownership, he brought being a boss into the conversation. That's not what Big represented prior to, you know what I'm saying, seeing what Jigga's play was gonna be. His shit was still, then they went from ashy to classy, and it was a fashion revival. It was materialism. It was hyper materialism, though. It was crass commercialism and materialism to a degree that was never seen. Niggas jumping out in Bentleys. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Case in point, uh, even Big in his rhyme, on the way to millions of dollars, like they wasn't even speaking billions. They wasn't even speaking that language. You know what I'm saying? He said 500,000. Like they were not even mathematically conceiving those numbers until Jay-Z came and started expanding the consciousness of commercialism in the game.
Commercialism.
Like,
Right.
yo, no, yeah, Chris Style, not Moet.
Not Moet, nigga.
Because
Chris.
Moet replaced Kanai and shit like that. And then niggas was drinking, right? Niggas
Crips.
leveled up in the 90s from going from ashy to classy. And it first started in in the late 80s and early 90s, you know, I guess with the Dapper Dans and the Polos of the world. You feel me? People
Mhm.
embracing upper midtown culture through the fashion.
The look.
So
You gotta
the
look.
look,
You gotta look because you
fake it
had
till
to
you
look the
make it.
part.
The New York ethos, right? You fake it till you make it until you get it. And then, you know what I mean? And then you get it, then you pivot to a degree where it can't be duplicated. You fake it till you make it, till you get it, and you pivot to a degree where it can't be duplicated. So
Right. You become
I go from 14 karat gold to platinum. I go
facts.
from Acura Legends and GS Lexus to
To
Bentley.
600 bins. No, 600 bins
600 bands to a Bentley, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go from Upper West Side to the Hamptons.
To the Hamptons, right?
You know what I'm saying?
It was all a progression, y'all. And nothing happened.
I go from partying with Dapper Dan and them to partying with Trump.
Well,
I got new heroes,
you
right?
go from Upper West Side to Jersey, and then you go from remember Fort Lee and all of
Yeah,
that.
of course,
You
yeah.
go
I'm
from
just
there to
jumping
the
all
Hamptons,
over that. Yeah, yeah. You go to Alpine. You go to the Palisades of New Jersey,
right?
right? Which is the Alpines, where Whitney had a crib, Michael Jordan had a crib, Bobby had a crib, not Mike Magic Johnson had the crib, right?
Right. So real quick, Blue, somebody had asked about DMX. So the fight after Big left the throne vacant was between Jay-Z and DMX in 97. DMX had the women and he had the streets,
Mm-hmm.
right? But Jay-Z came with aspirational rap, right? Liar
Yeah,
Cohen breaks it
yes,
down
yes.
in an interview with I think Vlad or on the Breakfast Club, whatever. But DMX did not have aspirational hip
Yeah,
hop or aspirational
yeah.
rap. So Jay-Z took the blueprint that Puff and them with Bad Boy laid out, and he started giving people aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
DMX
Yes.
was not giving you aspirational, he's giving you reality raps.
Yeah.
So even though the women liked the roughneck, he was walking his dog, he had a dog collar, they was like, they defaulted and was like, nah, we gonna fuck with the Willies. They give us more, even though they're
So
gonna give us
yeah, that's a
financial.
perfect analogy, right? Whereas um DMX represented a 180 shift back to where Big was at before he became ashy and classy. Big was robbing shit, right? Camouflage suit, kick your baby mama and her tummy, snatch chains and earrings. That's
Grimy,
DMX
yeah,
era.
grimy
That's the
business.
gritty and grimy 90s. But they had culturally shifted the game into aspirational rap, where again, through crass commercialism and materialism, DMX was the opposite of that. He represented the
Antithesis.
ethos that, yeah, the antithesis to that. So yeah, he may have connected with the women and he gave them, his masculinity appealed to them sexually. These other dudes was metrosexuals appealing to women's aspirationals, whether they be sexual
Materialism.
or again materialism. That they'll hang
Bad
out
bitch
with.
era.
They look at their best friends. These niggas that got poodles with them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They're having children with them now. These is their besties. So it's the dynamic of the women and what they have preferences for because they determine who the queen is going to determine who the king is in society, right? It has to
Right.
be the nigga that niggas want to be and women want to fuck.
So all of this was
Hold on.
all.
So
Mhm.
I just want to, because that's a perfect example of these 180 cultural shifts,
Right.
right? What Kendrick represented again is a 180 cultural shift because he does not necessarily represent crass commercialism. He doesn't necessarily represent materialism. He represents everything that should be considered antithesis to the industry of where the industry is going, where it's used to go, and the job that it serves in corporate interests here in this country. It has to
Right.
make sure that it keeps the coffers filled of the people that advertise with it most or the people that is closest tethered to these industries. He said death to the party. He said death to the industry. He said all of these things, and then he became the industry,
Right.
right? And again, it will show you that on some Pluto and Aquarius shit, right? Power of the people. The industry had to shift and go with the vote of the people, and they had to reconform and restructure the entire industry around him. And he has to restructure himself around the entire industry because they have Christianed him with no ununanimous terms as an industry darling,
Right.
right? And they're willing to follow his leadership on some Donald J. Trump shit. So Kendrick is to hip hop what Trump is to America, right? And they
Right.
are interplaying these Gemini roles. The Republicans are the they not like us party. You said who's they? Everyone is not us.
Right.
Who's us? MAGA loyalists, right? People who look and think like me and
Right.
do as I do and stand out of the way of what I'm doing while I'm doing it, nigga.
Right.
Right? So, as Trump wants to restore America back to its glory days, in his perception of the ideological, right, the ideological perception of what he represents, right, as a MAGA, it's the same thing with Kendrick wanting to restore the culture back to a time of his glory days when we respected the art form. It's the same war that's being fought.
Right.
So in the Kendrick Lamar
Conservatism. Yeah.
paradigm, huh?
It's a bit of conservatism. Conservative is
It's
bringing
cultural
things.
conservatism,
It's
yes.
cultural conservatism.
Right? Whatever the tradition is, or what it was, or what it meant, he's saying, I'm restoring the tradition. And it's not only in the spirit of hip hop, he's saying it's home where it belongs and it's never going to leave here because the West Coast is the home of revolutionary ideological thought processes and activities. We have entire gangs that have grown out of this. This
Right.
is our street culture. This is who we are, but y'all have not had a leader to unify you around the base of this ideology, right? So he has unified an entire coast. It's almost like Trump saying, "Yeah, I unified an entire base. I have a red way. I have a red coast. I have red states,
Right.
right? And I just had to have 51% more than blue states, and now I'm the king of the world."
Right.
So homie is like, I got my entire coast behind me, and I got the industry. And the last niggas I got the vein, which is these East Coast niggas that are not kissing the ring. These blue
Right.
state Democrat niggas, the Joey
Right.
Badasses, right? Look, let me say it, the Mickey Facts, right?
Right.
The Lupe Fiascos, right? The
Right.
last
Them niggas.
bastion of resistance, huh?
Them niggas.
I'm crushing them niggers this year. I have mounted, I won the nomination, right? I got my inauguration. No, I'm about to go and do my inauguration. And then I'm campaigning. I'm getting on, my first
The
100 days
tour's
of
the
office is my
campaign.
tour,
Right.
right? Where now I'm running around the country putting this shit down and changing the law, changing the rules, and
Yes.
changing the whole culture and the energy of what hip hop needs to look like, what it needs to sound like, and how it needs to move. This is the new wave in terms of the feminine energy that I'm bringing with me. Bars is back, substance
Right.
is back, culture is back, respectability is back, modesty is back, right?
And the balance, because he's bringing scissor, like you said, so he's giving you that balance. Jim, you know what I mean? It's not just all masculinity. He's gonna level it out with that
Bro,
feminine energy.
he again, the whole 180 twist. He is a rapper who makes R&B music as well on some Drake shit.
Kendrick?
Those bops that he has with SZA are
Right.
hybrid rap R&B songs in the
Oh,
vein of
right.
he's saying this is how it's supposed to be done. This
Right.
nigga he can't put soul into his music because he don't have soul. He's not like us. Fuck if Dennis is telling you different.
Right.
That's his daddy name, right? That was
Yeah, shout out to Dennis Graham. This nigga's wash. Is it Earl or Dennis?
Nigga said, you and your daddy. You gonna get this work? FaceTime? FaceTime? FaceTime Junior? FaceTime Junior? FaceTime your juniors. Let them see you get this work.
FaceTime Junior.
So the industry show you, right, how much of a hoe they are. Because they told us, man, you're going up against the industry favorite, and they're not gonna shift your way. They're not gonna come to where you at. You gotta go to where they're at. He's like, no, I'm doing this shit from right here in a closet, in a studio, somewhere on the West Coast, and y'all all gonna come to where I'm at. And I'm only popping out to pop out. Like you
Right.
said, it was almost an anomaly because he wasn't there for the majority of the show.
They had some DEI shit going on where they was not broadcasting nigga awards for the majority. You know what I mean?
They
Like
were scaling
it
that
was
back.
like 4 p.m. and I'm like, damn, nigga, they already had like 10 people winning the award.
Yeah, they were
I'm
starting
like,
this shit out before they laid the carpet out. Like, yeah, let's get this DEI shit out the way right now.
they gave niggas awards at a brunch. They was giving awards at
At the Clive Davis
Clive
shit.
Davis party and shit. Like how I woke up and it was like, yo, Kendrick won 3 awards. I'm like,
Yeah.
nigga, the awards start at 8.
Yeah,
What
the
kind of
niggas they
DEI shit
canceled the
is
rock
this?
brunch and it was just like, yeah, we just gonna fling awards to these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So you already know the fix was in. Again, shows you not only did he force the industry to come to where he's at, again, he becomes the industry darling because he has to do the job that apparently now it seems everybody wanted to get done, but they didn't know how to go about doing it.
Right.
So, and the flip side would be the same way that people have this feeling about Trump, but don't know, they don't have an answer to him. They just know that he makes them feel uncomfortable, but they don't have the slightest of clue about how to remove him. It's
Right.
the same thing with Drake. You know, Jay couldn't do it. Drake, Ye couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? There was
Right.
no way. There was nothing that possibly showed you a way out. You just thought that you was gonna be under the suppression and under siege by Drake changing his goddamn accent and doing variety albums like Beyonce for the next 20 years, right? And it was destroying the masculinity in this country, and it creates environments, like you said, with them streaming, them youngins grooming one another and dealing with, you know what I'm saying, real sus behavior, right? And acting zesty that was born and forged, and as Trump would say, you know what I'm saying, and Canadian consciousness. It's bad. It's real bad.
Real
Like
nasty.
he's like the niggas are soft. That's what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
Y'all can't shoot me to fade. I'm snatching change. I'm running pockets and snatching change. I
If you
seen
could
y'all
tell
niggas
a whole
doing butt taps
country,
here.
right, if you could
I
tell
don't
a whole
respect.
country become the 51st state, not annex, not being in alignment with the whole country, like, yo, let's just make a bigger country. If you son of niggas and be like, yo, just becoming a whole country to become a state, yeah, he think y'all niggas is soft.
Think you soft, right?
Yeah, he think he's soft. Type
And
shit.
and I want you, and I hope I'm not speaking too much. You know what I mean? I want to give you space to respond and get your thoughts in because they're valued. Let me just say this last piece because I literally just read this article before I hopped on, and it was about I read it. It was an interview with the author of the Fight Club, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he was speaking about the rise of fight clubs. And I read this whole deep dive about 2 weeks ago into the neo-Nazi, the far right fight clubs that are popping up globally, right? But they putting in work. They trained up. You know what I'm saying? Same shit that we've been talking about. Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. These dudes is training and they're active and they're catching all the dog whistles, right? So they're getting their shit together to go in. So yeah, the author, he was speaking about, you know, just the rise of cults and the rise of fight clubs. You know what I'm saying? And he was speaking about Elon and just this false appeal of masculinity that they were able to, you know what I mean, generate with the Andrew Tates of the world and the Joe Rogans of the world, you know what I'm saying, and the Dana Whites and all of this stuff that has
Right.
metastasized, you know what I'm saying,
Some of
now
that
to a
article.
situation where once again the Dems can't mount a response. They don't have the testosterone. And shout out to Keys. He speaks about this report that they had put out where they showed that when a man drops in testosterone, he's more than likely to become a Democrat. Right? So it's a beta party.
Right.
You feel me? And he's exposing them as that, right? Think about it. The people who have the most smoke and the most blowback from the Democratic Party are women and melanated ones at that,
Right.
right? Or what you would consider, if not just melanated, non-white, because you got the AOCs of the world. But look at those all three melanated mayors, the one from LA, the one from DC, and the one from Philly, right?
Right.
They have found themselves in the month of January at the center of controversy where they have to show leadership under stress and duress, right? Um, you got the representative Crockett, her name is. She busting her gasket, right?
Right.
She's the one who's been keeping, you know what I'm saying, people informed, duly informed. You know, and there's a few other of them. You dig what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
the Democratic Party, they just voted in a new leader the other day. So they got the Hakeem Jeffries dude, they got Cory Booker, you know what I'm saying? Charles Schumer, like all of these
Hakeem
niggas.
Jeffries is related to
Yes, he is.
Leonard Jeffries
Yes, he
too.
is. He's
Yes.
he's he's related to Leonard. So yeah, all of these dudes is you know they soften in diapers. Like this is not the semblance of masculine. Like these niggas will not even raise their voice, let
Right.
alone say something that allows these people to know that they with the shits because they're going against the party that's with the shits. And they already made it known that they with the shits. And that's what they left them on. We're about that. Look, we want all the smoke. We about that life. And we with the shits.
It's crazy that you bring that up, Blue, because going back to what you were saying about
So hold on,
justice.
hold on. So passivity is
Mhm.
non-activity. Go ahead.
Right. So Kendrick represents that same ethos, just what you brought up, that his movement is about masculinity.
And they
His
with the
movement,
and they with the shits.
and they with the shits. He's with the members,
He's with
right?
head busters.
He's with head busters. He's with
Okay.
members.
They not
They
with right.
active, right? He's bringing in pure masculinity. Raise your family, knuckle draggers. Can't handle your business. Get out of the way. Y'all always want to be seen and heard. That's for the ladies to do. Handle business. You don't see the boogeyman. You didn't even see him until he popped out at the end of the awards. He wasn't on a red carpet with his Wiz
Right.
Crip walking and
Soaking it up.
everything,
Right.
all in the limelight, dancing in the videos and all of
Damn.
that. No,
He ain't at the after parties
he wasn't at the
scraping and
after parties.
scrambling,
You
right?
show up for business, you handle the business, and you get back to man activities. And man activities is not about being seen and heard by the world, or that's more what the women do, right? Drake represents the Democrats. Drake represents the emasculated Democrats. Drake represents the zesties. Drake represents the betas. DJ Wacademics and all of the OV hoes and whatnot. These are beta males,
Right.
right?
And yeah, and you know, again, if you from Canada, please don't take this personal.
Yeah, don't take it
We're
personal.
not clapping on Canada, but I've been to the UK and I've been to Canada, and even though grime comes from the UK and they attribute drill to it, I came across a different maturated Negro, right? A melanated person who was maturated different because they come under the influence of the queen. Anyone who sits in positions of power, especially in colonized states, right? Nations or countries, whatever you want to call them, It's the trickle down effect. Just whoever sits in 1600 Pennsylvania, that energy is going to permeate through the
Right.
rest of the country. Same way, these people that are under the crown are very much indoctrinated into passivity by way of compliance, by way of them having a heavy emphasis on education, moralism, right? These are good people. These are great people. They're some of our best.
Right.
But again, here in this country, nigger is our default. You know what I'm saying? And we have defaulted on, we're in default mode. So the you know the behavior, the things that are necessary, right? Living amongst an oppressor, to deal with an oppressor, to push an oppressor back, right? To gain ground on the oppressor. And people think that they never gain ground on the oppressor. I'm like, what you think this nigga's taking back if you never gain ground on him? And your refusal to acknowledge as such is why you're in the predicament that you're in today. And I'm just saying that for whoever is scraping and scrambling, attempting to figure out how could this be possible,
Right. The brother
right?
pointed out, Jack, when Saturn is back, is grown man time, right? So Saturn is home, y'all. Saturn came home. Daddy is home, right? You hear the Republicans saying it. Daddy is home.
Yeah, again, right. So, but then you got to understand who you are. Are you Saturnian, or do you come under the auspices of Jupiter? So you can't get fancy now at this phase of our reincarnation. Who were you from the beginning? Who are you?
Right.
Right? Is what's really coming to the head right now. Some people may be operating under the auspices of Saturn, but you have to understand, even planetary wise, how does that dynamic play out? Right?
Right.
Shout out to my brother Jamal, right? He introduced me to a scholar in our community, and bro is doing some pivotal research work on, the ancient mythos, and just really just unpacking the mythos, and giving it to us in a way, in a way that, we can really see ourselves in the narrative. And, Jupiter is abundance. Think about where we came from as a population, as a people. Think about the abundance of the continent. Think about the continent as a garden, as a forest, as a jungle. Just think about the fact that you'd be able to go outside, wake up and go pick something off the tree. Think about the fact that there's food just laying and perishing and rotting. There's so much food. You're just in abundance.
Right.
Rivers and streams and green and sunlight, abundant warmth, abundance and women's. The women is looking bountiful, right? And then you got this nigga coming out the cave, and he gotta hunt his food down. Shout out to my brother Ken Brispin. He also used to bring this to the forefront about understanding the psychology of a European who derives from, a situation where nature was his aggressor, right?
Right. Nature
He
was
hated
against him.
nature because nature was trying to kill him at every turn and twist. He had to run and hunt his food down. The climate was cold. His woman had a flat back. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have excess lipids and extra fat on her bones. Look at Clan of the Cave Bear if you want to get a visual perspective of what this shit looks like,
Right.
right? So that psychosis, Saturn, that comes with the sickle, he comes to cut down what's abundant. The Jupiter has flourished and overflowed into their baskets. These niggas represent Saturn. That's what they're here. They're back with the sickle. That's the time cycle that we're in. And so people who are Jupiterian, or people who are, dealing with this level of passivity, right? That they're fucking Democrats, they're gonna really have to figure out this shit. You know what I'm saying? How do you exist in an environment when the sickle is out? And Elon Musk is Saturn with the fucking sickle right now.
Right. His father is on the he's on the interview circuit right now. And boy, oh boy, he is a
Mm.
piece of work. Elon Musk's dad is a piece of work. It explains everything.
That explains it all, huh?
Oh my goodness, it explains everything.
I
He's a
ain't get
PDF file. he impregnated his stepdaughter, who he met when she was 4 years old.
Huh?
And yeah, he impregnated her later on in life, his stepdaughter. This is just one thing. He killed 3 black men who broke into his home, sent them up to the sent them to the other, like his dad is a quote unquote apartheid
Yeah,
era.
yeah, Africana.
He's an Africana to the fucking
Yeah.
core, bro.
So when I woke up yesterday and opened the app up, they was clapping at South Africa.
I seen that with Trump.
Elon set it
Elon wrote
off, and
that.
then Trump retweeted it, and he put the press on. You know what I'm saying they was coming with the sanctions because the ANC is taking back land. You know what I'm saying, from the Afrikaners and things of that nature. So they were trying to brand him as terrorists, as racists and terrorists and all of that. So they're
The
lining that
Africa
up.
campaign has begun, like you said, Blue. The first
Oh,
day of Black History Month, they bombed Somalia. The Africa campaign is rolling out before your very eyes. Pay attention to the visit by Netanyahu today and what they're going to be talking about because they are looking at Ibrahim Traoré. He's the
yeah,
number one. He's the new Gaddafi to them.
yeah.
He's
Especially
the
when
new
you see France
Gaddafi.
pull up, you already know it's gonna be on and popping because Trump already met with the French president when he went to the Notre Dame meeting. I mean, when he went to the Notre Dame
Game,
when they no, not the game, when they rededicated
the
the
cathedral.
church, the first Phoenix ritual that they did with the opening of the door with the portal,
When was this?
December 18th.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, it
okay.
was right before the Pope opened his portals, 9 days before that, or a few days. They had went to the rededication of the Notre Dame Cathedral, which rose from the fire. It was, it's symbolic as a phoenix.
Right.
And then the team started going on a tear. But that's a whole nother narrative.
Right.
Nonetheless, yeah, that's gonna be the play. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the play. They're gonna have to do the corporate bidding of, the global financiers. And you're just gonna see whose hand is up, whose back by the maneuvering that's about to come out of these meetings that are coming up.
Yeah.
Right? Because you see, and he's about it's the art of the deal. You know what I'm saying? What can you do for me? I'm willing to do for you. Right?
As
They,
you can
they're plunging
see,
this shit directly into fascism and socialism while canceling all the social contracts, right? All the
right,
social equity programs, right? They're accusing them people of being socialists and saying we're gonna roll everything back from LBJ, right? I mean, god damn it, I ain't never lied. I didn't even know I was that much on point, but nigga, that's exactly what they doing, right? All the way down to them running down Social Security with the Treasury shit,
right.
right? Booming on the boomers,
Booming on the boomers.
and then they're going for right. Okay, so yeah, then turn around and then run socialism by saying that the government is now taking 50% of the corporations of the business. Ain't that socialism? Isn't that fascism?
Right. Where do the tariffs fit in all of that?
Where do they fit into all of that?
Into the
I'm
socialism aspect.
the tariffs is yo, I'm a wow you up and then make you come to the table and deal with me in a way that's equitable to how I want to be dealt with. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So he
Right,
wowed
right,
them up, and Mexico had to call. They put a 30-day extension on it. So in the background, they're gonna be working out how to finesse them. Right? I want in. He told the Ukraine president, "Y'all not getting no more of this aid. We want that minerals on that land. Right? We want in. Cut us
right,
in." The whole USA shit is we're gonna pull this money back, and whoever want money from us, we want in. Y'all want money from
right,
us, we want that land, we want that minerals. Let's put a base here. Let's get closer to these African niggas that we need to touch. You know what I'm saying? All
right,
of that. Or go do it for us. That's
right,
so he's on his mob bullshit. Everybody gotta come and kiss the ring and sit at the table and we're gonna figure out how we could fleece and finesse you. Right? That's what Mark Rubio went and did in El Salvador. And then homie opened up Berkeley and was like, okay, bring him over here. Oh,
Man,
Mexico don't want to play. Oh,
right.
Colombia don't want to play. Right?
But I knew that was the play the day that Donald Trump said we are gonna deport the criminals to a foreign country. I said, oh, he's sending them to the mega jail, and they and that I already knew what that was, and then to see it today, I was like, oh, they are not fucking playing. They sending niggas to go up in the mega jails with the MS-13s.
Yeah. And anybody that's been locked up on Rikers Island with the
Nasty work.
Nietas, right? Or the Latin Kings, you already know. You already know what that is. You already know what that work gonna look like.
And
You
that's
feel me?
nasty work. I promise
Nasty
you.
work. And this is
That's
a forever jail. It was built for 40,000. They have 80,000 in there. And they send people in there that don't. They're not meant to come out. No one is meant to come out. If they send you there, it's for life. You know what
right.
I'm saying? And that's considered hell. Like they have the most horrid conditions. I think 400 people to a unit. You know what I'm saying? One toilet type of situation, right?
Man.
The Negro has been through some things in his incarceration experiences here in this country under this goulash, but they've never, I don't think they've encountered, you know what I mean, Guantanamo level, um, torture, if you will.
Right.
So yeah, it's very concerning, for our people because the economics and everything, again, is the same thing that I said about the voodoo economics and just them destroying the middle and lower class. That's going to create upswells in crime, if you will, because people know how to eat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then they want to eat the rich, and then we're moving into accelerated surveillance state. So it's a
Through
setup almost,
yeah, so
right?
through Peter Thiel,
Right.
with Palantir, which
Palantir,
is his
right?
propriety that law enforcement already are in bed with
Employed,
and
right?
whatnot. Peter Thiel and dude from Oracle, is that Larry
Right,
Ellison?
Ellison, yeah.
They're gonna introduce the whole precog system, facial recognition, like all of those CVS, Walmart, stealing tapes, and all of them is going to jail. That's gonna
Right.
be like the new PPP roundup. They all going to jail. Then they're gonna clean up the whole the no jumper, all of the gangbanging shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
that's
He's gonna. I envision that he's gonna use those military powers because of fentanyl, and you know what I'm saying. They're gonna designate street organizations as domestics.
oh, definitely. After the cartels were first, they're gonna kick up some dust and some dirt with the cartels. They're gonna move the goalposts, drone attacks. There will be blood. And then after they get bit, after they start getting blood on their hands and they get their fangs out, they're coming after the street organizations with a little executive order, and they sending niggas to that jail to lay up with MS-13. And as they could sell K2 for Bitcoins because there's a Bitcoin tender over there. You feel me? Um, it's crazy. Yeah, isn't Cop City and ATL? Cop City, that's gonna be
Cop
like how
cities and
Dubai is
yeah,
building.
cop cities in 85 different
Yeah, 85 different
municipalities,
cities.
and that's
Right.
all. That's IDF. That's Israel's way of bringing what they got going on because they just merging. They just gonna merge the systems and
Right.
use everything that worked over there in the
Because you're
tech
gonna look at,
realm
yeah, you're
in
looking at the
Palestine. They're bringing that here.
right. And what you're looking at is the earliest stages of a global police force. Like I said, if you pay attention, especially since Trump came in, it's all global now. We have to be very much more indoctrinated into geopolitics because he has expanded the scope into a one world global type of conversation.
Yeah.
They
So
go
let me just just want to visualize. I just want to
Yeah,
illustrate what you're saying, right? Because you have that picture behind you, this moving at Stargate, right? So when he tweets something, when he says something, and let's just say Twitter is the global town square, it causes ripples in the water, and those ripples eventually reach the four corners and the edges of the earth because again, he's wiling the world up. He's putting everyone on notice and putting them under the deodorant and utilizing the aegis of the U.S. military complex as his bully pulpit, the last bully pulpit that he has. Even if it's a bluff game, you know what I'm saying? He's going to bluff his way all the way through to compliance. As long as
right,
people are willing to come to the table, he can make a deal, right? And then go to his constituents and say, "Look what I did for y'all." Right? Case in point, he made Trudeau say what? I'm gonna dedicate 10,000 officers to fentanyl prevention. Right? They
right,
trying to on the surface make it seem like it's about fentanyl. I'm saving right your children from white despair. Look at the lengths that I had to go through to protect us.
right,
I gotta wile these niggas up. I gotta act beside myself. I don't
right,
care if it affects the whole world because I'm doing this for y'all.
right. How many Mexican troops?
Not Mexican, 10,000. This is Canada.
No, he got 10,000 from Canada, but Mexico gave him 100,000 for the border for fentanyl. That was the
Oh,
act. That's when he bent Mexico's hands on the tariff. They
I
giving
didn't.
him 100,000.
Okay, I didn't see that. I didn't see that one yet. And damn. Whew.
Right,
Yeah. So yeah, while I'm up, right? While I'm up, get him to the table to make the most uncomfortable negotiations. We're not doing it in peacetime. He's a war president already. He went to war in
facts.
Somalia, and later in the day, he started a trade war. So what it again? Because people, I don't want to take for granted, right? Let me not say what they do or they don't know. But there's different layers and subtleties that go to war. Majority of wars start as trade wars, and then they masticize to something else. So he's already technically, in time of war, with a bunch of them. And then Putin said, "What? Yeah, turn up, right? Put these Europe niggas, on notice, put them on." So he's saying, yes, these decisions that you're making have ripples and ramifications all the way to Europe.
Right,
And that's going to benefit me because these niggas going to have to fall back, right? They're not going to be able to support Ukraine in the
right. The
same way.
campaign.
Yeah, they can't keep up no more. Once you destroy these global economies, right? All of this humanitarian U.S. aid work that you're doing to the rest of the planet, you can't do that no more. Then the
Right,
whole world is a third world. And then you can buy everything at a basement bargain price. And then everyone got to come to me with a hat in their hand. That's where he wants this shit at.
right. That's right. So yeah, it's 10,000 for Mexico to stand on to lock the borders down. 10,000 from Canada to lock borders down as well. Um, Me personally, I feel like they could bring smoke to the cartel. That's how I feel. I feel that when they fuck with the cartel, they're gonna go drone and they're gonna go AI. They're gonna use the same things that Is It Real used on Gaza. They're not
Right.
gonna send it, they're not gonna go man. They're gonna test out new technology
Yeah,
and
and that's probably
everything.
where the old military just don't understand that you've been fired too.
You've been fired as well. Yeah, yeah.
Right. They're cleaning
Elon
up.
might even roll out them Tesla bots on the border with facial recognition and things of that nature. But I do feel like they are going to use the cartel at first and then the gang members. And before that, they're gonna use something with AI with this roundup of these what they call illegals and whatnot. Cause it's too many of them for ICE just to be knocking door to door and to be able to say, yeah, we captured all of the criminals. No, they're gonna have to say, nah, we need drone patrol, we need AI, we need real ID cards, you know what I mean? We need the Tesla the robo taxis. riding around hoods, just identifying niggas all day type shit. Like, we're gonna have to bring in these robots. We're gonna have to bring in some of this Stargate technology to help us out. And that's gonna come out before this year is out. Definitely moving into 26 and whatnot. I see that coming. I see that coming. They're gonna use these as scapegoats to go fully digital because Peter Thiel and Ellison and all of them, and let's not even the big tech people, the Zuckerbergs, the Elons, they forming this technocracy, and it's a rollout game. It's a rollout, you
Definitely.
know. Huh?
Definitely a rollout.
Definitely rollout. I
You
want
know,
to talk about some local shit real quick. I want to shift gears and get into Big Meech versus 50 Cent. Nah, taking over barbershops in Niggerville, USA right now. The conversation about is Big Meech a snitch? And, what does that mean moving forward? Going up against one of the biggest trolls that ever existed, who, in my humble opinion, knowing how he works, if he comes after you, it's almost like how the feds move. He already got all of the receipts. He wouldn't put himself out there if he didn't have the receipts to completely finish homie.
well, again, 50 move a lot like Trump, you know what I'm saying? In that Trump is the megaphone to the echo chamber that starts with a pebble in the pond, right? So what do I mean by that? Something starts as a rumor on X. Like let's say Laura Loomer says it, right? Or just one of them, Matt Wallace or somebody just throwing they elbow out or they shoulder out and
Right,
they got some wild stuff that they say. Then it go viral, right? Then Fox pick it up. And then homies say it, right? Then he'll retweet it on Truth or say it at a press conference somewhere, right?
right,
And then the whole global media got to speak about it now, right? And then it's almost passed off as fact because ain't no fact checkers. And if the president says it, then the authority of that seal means that he must be onto something because this is the man who got access to the most coveted intel daily, granted, right?
right,
So it's the same thing with Fifth, right? That when he going up against you, he's gonna source, right, everything that's being said on some Uncle Murder shit and figure out how to prioritize and weaponize it. Because with him, it's not even necessarily about the truth. It's about the
public
wave.
perception,
It's about the perception,
yeah, the
right?
disruption,
Yeah, what wave is it moving in?
the
How can
ism.
I sure, right? How can again?
How can I cause an ism?
How can I wow this nigga up to get back to the table to renegotiate in my favor with the art of the deal? Classic Trumpism. 50 Cent is a Trump doppelganger. So a Kendrick and Trump comparison, because they're Geminis, means that they're running the same plays, but they're total opposites.
Right,
Total opposites. On some Gemini shit, right? That,
right,
that, that can be conceived. But you talking about him and Fifth, no, they're the same nigga.
right.
They're the same nigga.
Queens, big queens,
Big Queens energy, right?
big queens, you
Move in
know?
that same manner. So yeah, he's wilding them up. You know what I'm saying? He's wilding them up. And what better way to do that? You're gonna lean on the rumors. You're gonna go where there's smoke, right? And apparently, again, so these things that are being said have always been said, which means that there's always been evidence to support the things that have been said. But people's unwillingness to entertain or go there, right, has left it to just seem like it's just something that people have said. But when homie picked it up and prioritized it, dusted off and polishes it, if 50 saying it,
Right,
right, and he gives it a stamp, then there's a validity factor because what his platform represents.
got weight behind his accusation. Same way that the Diddy rumors were lingering for years upon years, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Bambaataa rumors was lingering, right? Until somebody stamps it and puts it out there and it grows legs and whatnot. You know what I mean? Because Blue Da Vinci,
Yeah, Blue Da Vinci been saying it.
Blue Da Vinci was standing on disrupting and sinking that ship and whatnot, but he don't got nothing behind his name. So 50 basically
Facts.
has picked up that whole thing and then put the accuser on a documentary, similar to what he did for Diddy and whatnot. He put all of his accusers in a documentary, right? Because remember, he's trolling you through the media apparatus, right? He's not going through rap anymore. He's not hitting you like how he came in giving you the rap songs and whatnot. He's gonna hit you with a documentary that he's gonna sell to Netflix.
Yes, yes. He has he
He has
has
production.
got production. He's weaponized media in his favor.
Right, right,
Say, what I was able to do, with a chart selling rap song that I gotta put X amount of $1 million of marketing power behind to sink your ship. I could do that for
right,
free. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Again, almost like Trump, right? I could run the country on my phone
Through
through
my
through
through tweets.
through tweets.
Right. You feel me? So he learned he uses social media more effectively than his counterparts. 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson.
Yes,
He's learned how to become he's the biggest troll. You feel me? He's
the
the biggest
biggest.
troll in hip hop, and he's mastered the apparatus of a social media. Big Meech, they don't know how to you he's going to
He's
lose that
washed.
war.
Say that, yeah.
They're already saying, yo, if you perform at the Welcome Home concert, you are discredited as a street artist because you picking and choosing and whatnot. It's almost akin to you performing for Takashi.
Oh,
That's the line that's being drawn. If you show up to perform at this Welcome Home concert for Big Meech and you on that stage, then you canceled from the street rules. You know what I mean? They not rocking with you. That's the line that he drew with that tweet. So it's like it's crazy though, because it's not the argument isn't, if you perform for a drug dealer to help push this whole, you know what I mean? That's not the conversation. It's hypocritical consciousness. It's not. We ain't even focusing on that. We focusing on the rat aspect that you told. You know what I mean? And you and 50 is like, I'm not gonna destroy my legacy by pushing a rat. I'm gonna I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill the season, right? I'm gonna kill the BMF season, and you know that he gonna throw the rat shit in there. He own your life rights.
hmm.
So he literally could do whatever he wants to do and paint you in any type of way that he wants to paint you. Nasty word.
Dirty game.
Dirty game.
Dirty
You
game. And
know?
all for what? You know what I'm saying? Because homie did not understand the nuances of
Of the chess
loyalty,
game.
of the chess game, you know, of what power looks like, right? Going back to a 50 theme, what is the new form of power?
And there's a new power dynamic.
There's a new power dynamic. So social media is, is stronger than homies' perceived legacy that is only held intact if he's able to retain the same level of power because that's where the respect comes from. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you can live off the fumes of what you did and what the world knows you as, but if that can be disturbed by
And
accusations, if
disrupted
there's a
and
rupture to
questioned.
that, if it could be put into question, you know what I'm saying, and you gotta prove something, that you can't possibly prove, right? Then you stand to to be at a detriment, going up against someone who has more resources than you and understands the petty playing field better than you do. So Big Meech don't got petty in him. And again, this where the passivity factor, he's too good of a person. The too good of a people are not gonna win in this new paradigm. If
Right,
you don't have no dirt underneath your nails, if they go low and you can't go subterranean, nigga, you're going to get suffocated,
right,
right? Passivity politics, right? Beta Democrat shit is not going. That's not how the West was won. It's not going to reverse the curse.
right,
We are in the purge, my nigga. We're witnessing. We're sitting in the midst of a peaceful coup, a peaceful coup,
right.
a
Well,
peaceful
a
transition of
bloodless
power,
coup, a
a
bloodless
bloodless
coup,
coup.
not peaceful. It's a bloodless coup that's taking place.
It's a bloodless coup taking place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They didn't have to fire a shot, you
So
know?
yeah, with all that being said, yeah, the sucker shit is not gonna it's not gonna sustain and maintain anything. And yeah, I don't think, you know what I mean, he's too good of a guy to win this fight. He don't even understand the nature of the threat
Right,
that you know what I mean, dude can bury him through sarcasm, through a tweet, right? And street dudes, I don't think that they have an appreciation to understand those metrics, especially when they're only used to aggressive tactics. You know what I'm
right,
saying? This nigga don't know that if you die on social media, you could die in real life.
right,
So
right. They gonna find out. He gonna make that nigga violate his parole. Like you know what I mean?
yeah, he gonna trick him out of
He gonna
trick him out
trick him
of
out of
freedom.
his yeah. He gonna trick him out of his perceived freedom. You know?
Ugly work, brother.
Yeah, ugly. So shit
You know,
crazy.
Rick
Let
Ross.
them know where they can find us on Monday on the 10th, good bro. And let them know where they can find us on the 9th,
Yeah, on
please.
the ninth, you could pull up on us in Atlanta, 488 Edgewood Avenue, in the southeast section of the A, Atlanta. We have a Super Bowl party, a gathering, a day party, right? On the heels of following the God Ether Conference, which will be on the 8th, which is Saturday. On the 9th, come and congregate with your family, with your kinfolk, and we are going to, have a festive event centered around Super Bowl 59, right? And a halftime show. And the next day we will be in New Orleans on the grid, on the tarmac, in the swamp, doing a lecture. Melanin Monday presents MAGA Fest Destiny.
Yes, MAGA Fest Destiny, y'all. That'll be on Zoom only. And we will be broadcasting live from the grid in New Orleans, Louisiana. You know what I mean? We're going down there in order to tap into that energy.
You know what I mean?
And yeah, and we're going to alchemize all of that energy and we are going to emit it, you know what I mean, through a lecture and whatnot that's going to break the internet. We're going in. This if any indication of what we've been talking about over the past few days is piquing your interest, then you're gonna have to tap into that lecture because that's where the deep research is gonna be at. And like Blue said, Super Bowl Sunday, you don't gotta be into the Super Bowl because that's not the only thing that's gonna be taking place. The aspect of the Super Bowl is just a magnet to bring people together. We're gonna be at our spot on Edgewood on Sunday, February the 9th, from the hours of 4 p.m. to midnight. And the doors are gonna be open. It's limited seating though. We can't fit 1,000 people in there. So make sure you get your ticket so you can gain entry and whatnot. We have different packages. We're gonna have drinks, beverages, food, music, networking, and performances, and a whole bunch of things will be taking place through that whole time. Please pull up and make sure you're in the building. This is about experience and whatnot. So yeah, with that being said, and on Wednesday, tomorrow, I start the first class of the AI Accelerated 4.4 February cycle, which is Black Future Month. And yeah, we're gonna be going through the Stargate, like this thing that you see me in right here. We're gonna be traveling through
Yeah.
the Stargate, and we're gonna be taking y'all into the future. And we are going to yeah, it's gonna be groundbreaking. Shout out
What
to
time is
everybody.
that?
Huh?
What time is that?
That is 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
Okay.
Zoom as well, 7 p.m. Eastern. Y'all can get your tickets. It's in the description. The mods will drop the links in the chat.
Yo, a shout out to the mods. I don't be giving y'all a shout out enough because the way that my setup is set up, I don't never see the chat. So it
Yeah.
kind of escapes my mind that there's people interacting with this in real time. You know what I'm saying? And there's mods holding it down. So please accept my apology. Shout out to the mods in the building. Shout out to the family in the chat. Shout out to the people who will be catching, these later transmissions. But yeah, our commentary has been on point. I'm not looking to get a ticker tape parade or anything. Just support the program and support, the time and the dedication that goes into formulating these perspectives that are not rooted in victimhood or that are not rooted in doom and gloom, that are not rooted in sucker shit, passivity and failure. And if any of it sounds a little bit edgy, it's because, we are living in some times that are very active. You know what I'm saying? The we outside energy is everywhere. So, this is not being dismissive of people who prioritize their peace or, resonate on the frequency of love and vibration. But as the book said, you know what I mean? There's a careful balance. There's always a time for war. And I'm one that starchly believes that you go to war to protect your peace. You know what I'm saying? You don't go to war to upend peace. You go to war to protect your peace. And there's just a lot of disruptive things that are happening that if people just remain complacent and think that if you meditate on it or if you hum enough, you know what I'm saying? Or if y'all sit eye to eye and convince yourself that whatever's going on outside ain't going on, I don't really know if that's what the universe is calling for right now. And it could just be me. You know what I'm saying? But the universe is pushing us towards community. The universe is pushing us towards stronger connections. The universe is pushing us towards the synthesis of ideas that can be streamlined into an understanding. You know what I'm saying? That people don't gotta be arguing about all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? The universe is pushing us to be very mindful of time and not thinking that it's such a novelty that it's always going to be in your favor. You know what I mean? Because like you said, these Saturnian cycles are indicative of, yes, where we have to be mindful of time. You know what I'm saying? You have to
Right.
respect time. You have to respect these cycles. Every moment and minute counts, right? There's just no more leisure time. So be intentional with the time that you are putting in. Be intentional with the programming that you are exposing yourself. Be intentional with the commentary that you are sharing out here in the world and shifting other people's consciousness with, you know. And what we do over here is we attempt as best as we can just to give you that dialogue, to give you that perspective, to give you some commentary that is reaffirming, at least to the degree where you understand what you're seeing. And that helps me personally alleviate the anxiety. You feel me?
Facts.
So yeah, pull up on us at any of these various events. And also, I said it, I put a post up yesterday. If you're in New York and you're looking for community and you're looking to congregate on Friday, Key's got something in New York. If you are in the tri-state area, to save yourself toward the Gramercy Theater, that's on the 7th. Again, on the 8th, we have a mega event here in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? The Nanita the God Conference with an all-star
Godfest.
lineup of all of the luminaries in our community, you know what I'm saying? And then the next day we have the opportunity to congregate at our space. And then the next day after that, you could pull up and see our face in the NO. You know what I'm saying? Come and show some love. That's all I'm saying. Let's communicate. Let's congregate. You know what I'm saying? Let's commensurate. But let
Right.
us not hate. And with that,
Indeed.
I'm gonna
So
say
with that
peace.
being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for your time. We will be back today for Techno Tuesdays. I believe it's episode 8. Me and the good brother Spin City. Look out for that. You know what I mean? Tomorrow we do class. Friday we drop our album, The 44 Tops. All right, The 44 Tops. The debut is on Friday. Shout out to everybody that's been purchasing the pre-order that's available on Buy Me a Coffee. The tickets for all of the events that we just spoke about, you can find that on Buy Me a Coffee right in the shop. We have a book that's coming out as well, an adult coloring book.
Peace.
Yeah, Blue Pill seen that yesterday, the whole book, fire and whatnot. So, we working, you know what I mean? Staying active and whatnot. And like he said, this year, and especially moving forward, up into 2028, this is the time to gather, to form Voltron, to, go amongst your network and see who's qualified. We don't, the DEIs and all of the layoffs and things of that nature, we're utilizing our network to be the responsible
The connect, the bridge, right? Yeah.
feel me, to anything that's going on disruptor wise. We're not going to allow that to disrupt us because we're going to be able to do better and fare better as a collective who sees the value in one another. So, with that being said, we will see y'all later. Peace, love, and light. Stay dangerous.
Peace.
Peace. That's Wednesday, Blue, on Black Magic.
Oh yeah, we popping out on Black Magic Wednesday after Red does his demonstration. So
Yeah,
it's nine
Wednesday, y'all.
o'clock. Yeah, 9 or 9:30.
Uh-huh.
One of them times we'll be there tomorrow in the building, flagship. You heard?